Hola guys, how's it going? This is Jalapablo. Welcome back. Bitcoin update. Let's do a power update on Bitcoin. For this update, I'm going to use my fractal range analysis and a little bit of Wolfe wave as well with some Fibonacci in there. So I want this video to be real brief. I do a lot of updates on Bitcoin. You know what's weird? Yesterday I did an update on Ethereum. I did a fractal range update on Ethereum, which I thought was very, very informative. But for some reason, it didn't get on, I guess, the YouTube algorithm because I've had very, very low viewage on it. And it's kind of weird. But I wonder why, like Bitcoin, Ethereum's the second largest crypto, isn't it? Like as far as market cap. And you would think that, anyway. Check it out. Check out the video. It was yesterday's video. I'll put a link at the end of this video. And the reason I want you to check it out, if this sort of technical analysis appeals to you, I kind of go in depth into what fractal range analysis is, which I call FRA, which is a system that I'm kind of developing for myself to better make heads or tails of the price movements on both the macro and micro formats. And so the whole idea being what goes on in the micro eventually manifests in the macro with strikingly similar wave patterns and geometric structures that we can readily identify as either bullish or bearish. So anyway, check it out. It's called Ethereum fractal range analysis. So I want to kind of extend that and just expand a little bit more with this Bitcoin update. Like I said, I'd like it to be real brief because I got stuff to do. But let me show you on the top here. I have Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin on the 2-day, and then on the bottom I have Bitcoin on, I think, what is this, 45-minute. So I consider 30-minute, 45-minute, and anything below to be the what I call the forensic time frames. And so with fractal range analysis, first thing you want to do is draw out the schematic for the macro, and the macro could be one day or more. I have this on the 48-hour, and so here what I'd like you to do is begin to see tops, these macro tops, these bull cycle tops here on the macro. This is from 2021 all the way to 2022, right, is when it started distributing in November of 21. When we had that final sell-off in the LPSYs coming down. Start to see these as what they are, and they are a variation of a wedge. If you look on the macro, that's what tops are. They're either wedges that are expanding or narrowing. Usually they're expanding, like we see here. And so these wedges, these kinds of wedges, these tops and these bottoms, and similarly, bottoms are narrowing wedges, usually descending wedges, because descending wedges are bullish at the end, so they pump. So they're crooked tops and crooked bottoms. That's all that wedges are. And so we see, like this gigantic wedge, we have the top, the macro bull counter trend. I mean, not the counter trend, but like the top from the last major bull cycle. We could call this the PSY, this area here. Then this area we could call, the buying climax. And then this we could see like, the UT, or even like the UTAD, the up thrust after distribution, if you wanted to get into the Wyckoff terms. And then we coming down here, this is the LPSYs, the distributing through the macro trend support. And then here's the LPSY. And so anyway, that's all. This is all on the macro fractal. And then we came down here. This is absolute bottom, 15.5, this area here. And then we started this counter trend that we're currently in. We're right now on macro trend resistance, sitting at a very, what I believe is an overbought position on this 5 wave here. And so, and by the way, these waves, these are not Elliott waves. These are Wolfe waves. There's a difference. So, okay. And so all this down here at this 45-minute, this schematic, which is strikingly similar, as you could see, we have the expanding wedge on the top here. But whereas this top went from January 21 to, where this LPSY ended of June of 22, This top here went from the 8th of January, which is a couple days ago, to the distribution was on the 12th of January. So it's only, what, 4 days. So this is 4 days, whereas this is more than a year. This whole area here is right in this tiny little circle that where we sit in this macro wedge. All this is taking place here, guys. Okay? So it's fractal because it's fractal. And if you go in deep enough into a certain area of a chart, you're going to see the wave patterns mirroring or replicating in the micro fractal form, much the same way as the solar systems in the universe. This is how I like to describe it. If you look out with a telescope, you see moons circling planets. If you go out even further, you see planets circling star systems. And if you go out even further than that, I guess you see solar systems circling around the center of a galaxy. So, and now if you reverse it and you look inward, you're going to see atoms, you're going to see electrons orbiting protons, and the same kind of orbital scheme is inherent both in the micro and playing out in the macro as far as you can go. Guys, it's the same thing with price action. The Elliott waves are the same. The Fibonacci ratios are the same. They all jibe because they're all part of the same fractal system. So this area here, we have a microcosm down here on the 45-minute, and I can go even further. And you could take this if you can go even further. Now you can't go any lower, I guess, than 1 second. But if you can go like quantumly even lower than a second, you'd see this playing out on fraction of a second time frames. The same exact pattern. I say exact, to varying degrees. It's never cookie cutter, but there is some striking similarities which we're going to look at. And that's 7 minutes now. I got to pick up the pace, so I can't linger. All right. So, and then here I kind of drew out this Wolfe wave. Here's the 1 wave, the 2, the 3 was this top that we had back in March of 21. The 4 wave came back down in July of 21, and then this was the blow off right here. This was the UTAD, the upthrust after distribution. This area here, November of 21, when we began marking down and the bear market proper started. And so, according to Wolfe wave theory, if you draw a line from the 2, this is the 2 wave on the macro trend support. I'm sorry, not the 2, but the 1 wave and the 4 wave, you draw a straight line from it. This is objectively where we can expect the 5 wave to retrace to, and we see that it retraced, and when they met at this confluence, this was absolute bottom back in whenever it was when Bitcoin bottomed out. This area here, November 22, I guess, I don't know, when it was 15,000. It's right here at this point, and you see the similarities here. Now this is on the micro. We got the same kind of pattern, the 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4 wave, 5 wave. We even have an expanding rising wedge on the top here from the past few days. Remember, again, this is on the 45-minute. And the 5 wave distributed, just like it distributed here on the macro, distributed down. Here's the LPSY right here, last point of supply, similar, right off. And then we had this area of consolidation on the macro trend support line right here, same macro trend support line. And it bottomed out where the 5 wave, the trend line on the 5 wave, and the trend from the 1 wave to the 4. Now see, look, the 4 wave extends all the way down. So I'm just not drawing this just to make it fit. This actual, I don't know if you could see this, the 4 wave actually came all the way down here to a deep spring. So the 2, the 1 wave is on top, the 2 waves on the bottom. The 1 wave, if I draw through the 1 wave and the 4, it also comes, and it along with the 5 wave, there's a confluence on the lowest point where Bitcoin dropped here. This was on the 15th. This was just a few days ago. We're at 41,000 or whatever it was. And then it started its own kind of rising wedge here, the same way it did here. Now, this is a contracting rising wedge or standard wedge, whereas this is expanding where we are right now on the macro trend resistance. The same thing, this 5 wave on the micro, because this plays out a hell of a lot faster than the macro. I mean, this is on the 2-day. So this wave has already distributed, as we can see in the fractal range analysis chart. It's already come down through, kind of like here, where we could draw the line from the 1 and the 4. Here's your bottom trend. What comes out, and we see that it's hitting the support line almost right on the money, the same way that it did here. And so, and then from the 5 wave down, the resistance, we have more of a parallel channel here, but you see that the price is not going, it's respecting the trend resistance here and here. All right, it's come down here and formed a double bottom on the micro here and here, as you can see. So what does all this mean? How do we put this to practical use here? Well, this is where volume spread analysis comes in, because we see every time the price action hits the macro, I guess we could call this the micro trend support, we're seeing a lot of supply. We're seeing a lot of supply, and we're seeing low demand, basically, low demand. So this is not wanting to come right back up. Although it did come up here, it came back up. It's bouncing now within the confines of this regression trend. But we're seeing supply again rise, and demand really isn't predominating at this point. So there is a very, very good chance that we may go back down for a spell. Now, we already went down. Look, it retraced almost perfectly to the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement. This is the golden retracement level, guys. If we come back down here and retest the golden level, then we can expect up here a retracement as well, to where now on the macro, on the 2-day, the price action begins. The 5 wave will begin to actually distribute in proper format, like here, mimicking or mirroring what it's already done in the micro, as it's done all throughout here. We can reasonably expect this to come down and start hitting the fib retracements on the way down. The 1, the 1.272, the 618 down, and create the 5 wave, this ABC correction here, A, B, C. And that would bring us back down to, if it retests this macro trend support line and breaks through like it seems to be doing, then that would jibe with all of the other technical analysis we've been doing, and it would be a proper counter trend, macro counter trend retracement that would come through, retest macro trend support, break through, and then come back to remitigate either the 0.5 fib down here, which is $25,000 Bitcoin, or even remitigate the lowest point of it. The second one being Wyckoff distribution schematic number 2. And then if it goes all the way down to the terminal shakeout area, or the deepest spring area where it goes back to mitigate to 15.5, then that would fall in line with Wyckoff distribution schematic number 1. So I'm watching this. I hope you are too. Hey guys, if you get anything out of this sort of technical analysis, I'd appreciate a like, thumbs up, subscription. Yeah, why not? Subscribe. I do a bunch of different coins. I'm up on the docket. I've got Shiba Inu coming. I got ApeCoin. I've got XLM. I've got Solana. Solana is going to be real interesting. Solana. I got some more Ethereum, and I have some requests to do coins like EOS and Cardano and things like that. Also looking at Dash and doing some more Zcash. That's right. Yeah, you know me and my finance coins. I love my Zcash. So we're going to be looking at all those. So don't miss these powerful updates. Subscribe, and that way you'll never miss them. Check out a trading group if you really like to get serious in your trading and you want to learn how to trade like a Wyckoffian. You want to be safe in the markets and extremely prosperous in the bull runs. You should see some of the returns that I get in my group. Just check out my chart histories on TradingView, and you could see triple digits normal for me during the bull runs, some of these swing trades. So, hey guys, check us out. I keep it extremely affordable, $20 a month, just to differentiate myself from a lot of these guys that shill and do stuff. I don't want to talk bad about anyone, but you got to be careful, especially on YouTube. Be careful with me too. You know, do your own research. But hey guys, if you want to take your trading up to another level, I definitely recommend checking out our trading group. It's $20 a month. I keep it affordable. You get $10, $20, $30,000 worth of trading experience consolidated into these videos if you were to take a course somewhere else. So anyway, I just want people to make money. I do this full time. I'm a full-time Wyckoff trader. I've been doing this for 8 years. And so, all right, let me let you go. 15 minutes. I told you I'm long-winded. My goodness. My goodness. I'm going to take a sip of coffee before I log off. Just a shout out to everyone. Thank you for leaving comments. And I look forward to answering any questions. And yeah, we'll take it easy. Have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.